So part 2. Right, we're on H1, having been on H4 and analysed that. What I suggested in the very first video, not of the series but the cable trade, is that you make sure you have one eye on your histogram at all times, and that is deadly important because you do never want to be trading against the colour. So that means when you enter your trade, this must be red for a short and green for a long, of course, and that's important, right down to the 15 minute, even the 1 minute. So it's just a belt and braces approach, but it's a brilliant tool because you cannot possibly consider going long if you're following my method, if this is red, because you're entering at the top or the bottom of a move. You're not entering into the correct trend direction. The other little tip is never, the candle must be the same colour, that's obvious, but you do not want to be entering short in this situation. Low, high, high, low, high, high. You must be able to sing the song at least broken the low of a previous candle for shorts, or green and high, this situation for longs. Okay, so add that to a checklist. The checklist, you write it down yourself. Check the currency pair first. Check the direction of the higher time frame histo alerts, right down from high to low time frames I'm talking about. Check where you are in relation to the EMA, the hourly 8 EMA. You do not want to be entering long way away from it, unless obviously you've broken some sort of massive like R1 and you're considering trading R2, R2, but that's more advanced stuff. So if you just cross below then and everything's telling you to go short, then that's what you should be doing. Okay, just bear with me 1 minute, my dog has just decided to interrupt proceedings. So I'm back. Right, so yeah, always just ask yourself, am I trading in the right direction regarding the trend, the histogram on all the higher time frames? So, well, we can clearly draw low, high, high, low, high, high, and so on and so forth here. We've got an ascending trend line going on. That is a valid touch point because this high has pulled back and then finally been broken by price. Excuse me. So H1 candlesticks, we had a reversal to the long side here. Low, high, higher, low, higher, high, low, lower, high, lower, low, low, high, higher, low, higher, high, and break. That was the trend break. There's the reversal that I said we get, just from the daily chart and the H4 chart and all that. That's what happens. So we never trade. You can trade it short on the higher time frames, H4 and D1, but I wouldn't suggest you trade this down. But what you've got to be aware of is that it will happen. Old resistance broken by this candle, and this is why this method, just study those if you get a few hours or a weekend free. See how often it does it. I mean, I hear myself saying it to you on these videos, every video, because it does it. So there's the resistance level, there's the test of it. You can just see the red low hit that. Hourly chart, that's a good old, that's an hour's worth of movement there. Then you wait for the, you go to the lower time frames, wait for the histo to turn your colour, do the analysis again, and you're into the long trade. So why did I take this short trade? Well, we're looking at the H1 again, and we're looking the opposite direction for a reversal to the downside. That's the low that needs to be broken if the price is going to continue down. Low, high, higher, low, higher, high, high, low, lower, high, and then you sing the song until this low is broken here. I'll highlight it so we know where it is on the next time frame. And then you just, now that is a level we know that needs to be broken if the price is going to go down. Everything was screaming down at, that's a red hourly close there prior to my trade, and the H4 was red, turning red. H1, yeah, we've done that. M30. So now we can look at the M30, and it's the same as the H1 low. No, it's not. There's the H1 low there. M30, low, high, high, low, high, high. So we can draw that in, and it shows us how the reversal is progressing. Clearly, we've broken the M30 low, and we've broken the H1 low now, but prior to my trade, we were attacking those levels. Everything was short, histo. This was still showing me pound weakness, dollar strength for my entry. Then we can clearly see now we have actually got a downtrend in place in the swing: high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So these levels can be attached by a valid support level, or resistance level, should I say. So categorically this price needs to trend up in order to go long. So we can clearly see we're in a downtrend. We can zoom out a little bit now. M15, in order to attack that 30, the M15 needed to reverse. Well, there's the M15 reversal level: low, high, high, low, high, high. We hadn't broken it when I entered my trade. Let's double check that. We'll drag the trade on the chart. That's right, that's the level there. Now, why did I go short? Well, clearly descending trend line would have had to have been trended through. There was no way that had happened or was happening. We are testing and breaking the hourly 8 EMA. Everything was screaming short. There was no chance I wanted to go long. What I haven't done on here is drawn levels that the price could have had a problem with to the long side. I forgot to do that. High, low, lower, high, lower, low. So in order to go long, this level had to be broken. This level had to be broken. This that level critically had to be broken. So we can draw that in, because obviously at this stage we don't know whether we're going long or short. That level hadn't been broken and closed above. So you can clearly see now, and as we're coming down, once this low is broken, that becomes by the low of this candle, that becomes critical. So you've got all this resistance that is potentially going to cause a problem with price. Support levels here as well. These have been tested and they held as resistance. Here. Oops, wrong one. And here. So you can clearly see now there's a massive area here that would have to have been broken and closed above in order to go long. And you know, we're looking at getting into a trend with the momentum of the markets and with the direction of trend, and everything was screaming low. That's all there is to it. So the lines look messy, I know, guys, but by the time you've drawn them all, you've given yourself a very, very strong idea of what direction trade is going. Then we've got the trend that I entered in: low, high, higher, low, higher, high, high, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, and finally we've broken the low here. I entered the break of that low. Because of this, and now we get to the meat and potatoes of this particular move down. What do I always talk about? Burst down, pull back, break and close. And that's exactly what happened on this 15-minute chart. Massive trigger to go short. Double check before you enter. Your higher time frames are all aligned, and lo and behold they are. That was actually my entry, that one. It was red and falling. It hadn't closed, but that was good. So get to M5 just to fine tune this stuff, and you could have drawn a few more levels. I'm wary of the video being too long and not saving, and these are important videos, so I'm going to close this. But looking back at the original chart, it shouldn't look a huge amount different. Few more lines above us. You may ask why I went further, or took my take profit further than this resistance and support. It's because I'm looking for the move of the morning. We always get movement. We'd had all this slow grinding stuff. Everything stacked up in my favour for the short. You can clearly see the high, the low, the lower high, lower low. Exactly the same ascending and descending trend lines, just one extra I think in here. That's my original trade plan. That's the one I've just created for you now. Get rid of that and it'll look even more similar. Notice how that was drawn ages ago. That's off a weekly or monthly or daily chart or something, and the price bounced off of it, and the pivot is there. I talked about that in the original trade. Let's see if I can delete that line. Yeah, so that's the original from the trade. That's my new one. So there's no reason why you can't draw the same lines as me, guys. Just watch this video again. All it does is clear your head, ready to go. You know, there's probably loads of other bits and pieces in here that I haven't talked about. Divergence on the RSI histo, that's brilliant. And look, it's also good for suggesting what price is going to do. There's absolutely no divergence. This is a lower low, makes a lower low on here. So never trade what I suggest, guys, and even that bit there. So it suggests this is just a pullback. You've actually got divergence here, a lower low that didn't make a lower low here, suggesting that pullback was on the cards. So that's how you use all your lines, your currency indicator, strength indicator, and your RSI histo alert to good effect. This just looks like a scary move upwards to continue the short down, but never trade what I talk about. This is just for education purposes only. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.